మిత్రులారా, బంధువులారా, వనకము స్వాగతము టు సౌత్ ఏషియా మ్యాప్స్, Dr. J. Reddy's education channel. We are continuing our Israel and Palestine regions. Previously, we discerned round about 3940 physiographic regions of Greater Israel. And here we are exploring further a particular region. If say this is the British Mandatory Palestine Israel area, this yellow blob is the area we are looking. There is a very important valley called Valley of Zin, Valley of Shin in the Negev region. This is the Negev region, the Mediterranean, Levant Sea, Madhyadhara Samudram. And this is the area nearby where the first Prime Minister of Israel, David Ben-Gurion, after retirement from Rajniti politics, spent a final years of his life establishing a kibbutz and moshem, those type of things, establishments. And we will explore this area further today. And all these postings I have made at my YouTube channel, South Asia Maps Reddy. There are more than 850 or so. You can explore them in leisure. So here I have listed a bird's eye view of these Israel series topics here. We are on topic 13, Nahal Tzin, Nahal Shin, that ends near the mouth of Ein Tamar in the Araba Valley close to the Dead Sea. This is the part we are exploring further. Physiographic maps gives a better idea and gives a good foundation because the habitat is portrayed in terms of physical features, mountains and valleys, gorges like that. You can understand better the current geopolitical, economic, social events compared to the standard two-dimensional administrative maps. And before that, here I am listing all the 3940 physiographic regions. You can look at one place, essentially a bird's eye view. We are exploring a third of this. This is the Nahal Tzin. Nahal means a Wadi, a small intermittent stream, and we are exploring that. In order to understand Nahal Tzin, that drains, there are craters called cirques, erosional gorges, erosional streams or valleys. There are three. Negev is very unique in this. Sinai and Negev are very unique in these geological fascinating features. So this we previously look at Ramno broadly, and here I am. They are called Maktesh Ramno Mr, Maktesh Gadol, Maktesh K Katan here. There are two sub-wadis called Hatira Wadi and Hadjara Wadi. You see, Hatira Wadi and Hadjara Wadi. Hatira Wadi drains MG, Maktesh Gadol, and Hadjara Wadi Nahal drains Maktesh Khatan 1 and 2. These are the, we can say, a sort of small tributaries that finally join the stream Wadi Nahal. Nahal Wadi seasonal river called Tsin. It is spelled differently also, Zin, etc. This entire area is the Zin Valley, and this is the Negev Mountains, upland region. And this Tsin eventually joins Nahal Arava. This is the Rift Valley region, and this is the southern part of Dead Sea. So, if you remember that map, you can see the rest of things very easily. The basin of Nahal Tzin, this is the one, that is the Maktesh Gadol basin, Nahal Hatira, joins Nahal Hadjara, Maktesh Katana Katan, There's a spelling mistake. Eventually, Wadi, Jin, Sin, Zin, spelled different, is an intermittent stream. Source being the mount, this the valley. This is the Jin's source is called source, mount. Yes, in the upland region, the Mount Hemet. Mouth is the salt pan of Sodom in Tamar, and north of Neot Hakika. The borders are, when you keep this in mind, borders are, this is the entire thing, the Negev desert region. This is the Negev uplands or Negev mountain regions. And you can see MR, that is the Maktesh Ramon, that's the crater. And MG is the Maktesh Gadol, the middle size crater. And Maktesh Katan, the small size crater. The Paran River, Piran River Basin and Paran sands are somewhat in the south, that is in the Sinai Peninsula of Misr, Egypt region and Negev, and Eshet Dam Reservoir. This is the Arava Basin here, Dead Sea, Southern Dead Sea, and the Jordanian escarpment here. Nearby landmarks are, there is a Petra town here. Nabatean people lived here. They used to transport the incense as well as the spices from this region, Arabian region, to Gaza, that is the outlet and the Madhya Dara Samudram, Levant Sea, Mediterranean. That's called incense route to pass to this area. This archaeological town, Audet and so on. Kibbutz, Sid Boker, on way to Eliot, from Beersheba to Eliot in the south. And there's the city final encampment, in the biblical time, Israelis before they cross into Jordan, all these. And that's the one you can see. We will explore this further. And so you have to keep the Beersheba there and Eliot in the town. This is the Mount Ramon here. Sorry, Maktesh Ramon. And Maktesh Gadol here, Maktesh Katan here. And you can see Tsin here, Tsin Valley, Tsin Basin. Hemet Mountains will be somewhere here. Sid Boker, where the David Ben Gurion College and his final Samadhi mausoleum and his resting place is here, overlooking the Zin Valley. And you can see Ain Tamar and Neot Hakikar, this region. So this is the area it drains. So you can see that you have to keep in mind this is the southern part of the Dead Sea to get a broad view. This is the small crater, Maktesh, that is the Katan. This is the middle size, that is the Gedol. So one stream comes here, other stream comes here. You can see very easily the Jin Valley here. And finally ends near the Arava Basin, Rift Valley, Yain Tamar. You can see the Yain Tamar here. Yain Tamar here. And you have to keep, this is the Yerham, overlooking that. Sid Boker, that is the town. This is the Midshed Ben Gurion. This is the Hebrew term that essentially means a small establishment like kibbutz, like that, where the David Ben Gurion spent a lot of his years after retirement from politics. He was the first premier of the state of Israel during the 1940s, 48 to many years. So that's the one. And if you see I will zoom out, you can get a broader idea. And we are looking, this is the Dimona, this is the Yeruham, this is the big middle-sized crater, this is the small-sized crater. And you can see eventually the road from Beersheba going to Eilat. That's the port city, Eilat, near Aqaba. Is next there, Eilat. So here I am showing again this middle-sized crater, that is the Gedol, and a small crater Ketan. You can see Ketan here. This is the Jin stream, Wadi Jin Nahal stream. It goes near Tamar and Neothecator. This is the southern Dead Sea. Northern Dead Sea, southern Dead Sea are linked by a small state called Lynch State, adjoining to the Lysan Peninsula and so on. So we have looked at that one. So you can see the small one, middle one, and bigger crater Ramon. This is the Zin Valley. David Ben Gurion's resting place in this historic city Aodat in the Incense Road. So again, the small crater and middle crater and Ramon big crater is here. So you can see fascinating Zin Valley here. And Yerufen town and Sidboker will be somewhere. So hope Mitranam, this will give this fascinating region a very good perspective. I have brought this rather not making it a run of mill, very serious presentation so that Mitranam can appreciate this fascinating area of Israel, even though very small in area. It is near the energy choke point area, plays a very critical in the geopolitical events of that part and even the world we can see. And in the next presentation, we look at the Wadi that drains the big crater, that is the big one, that is the Nekarot Wadi or Nahar, Nekarot, also called Ramon because it drains the Ramon crater, Maktesh Ramon. We'll look at that in the next presentation. Hope this presentation will give you the fascinating idea of the state of Israel. And this is your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy, Jogari Tirupati Reddy, South Asia Maps, Education Channel, Intellectual Kshatriyas Channel.